Along. We use along to indicate an action taking place in a line or when it continues for the length of something. If you walk along the stream for a kilometer, you will reach the waterfall. You should walk along the footpath and reach the traffic signals. There you may cross the road. This preposition is also used to mean to move forward. Instead of galloping, the horse merely trotted along. It could also mean together with something or someone. Can you walk up to the station along with me? Through. When we are talking about something that happens in a three-dimensional space, a space which has length, breadth, and height or depth, then we use through. We were late because we had to go through a heavy traffic. This train goes through a tunnel to reach the other side of the hill. We also use through when we talk about a bulk of work. I have to go through this volume of 500 pages before 20th November. The auditor is going through the accounts. He will sign only when he is satisfied with it. The preposition through also means continuous in some cases. It is a through train to Kolkata. It also means completed when used twice, through and through. We have been through and through this exercise. Above or over. When we want to compare two things which are at different levels, where one is placed higher than the other, we use above. The happy man had nothing except the sky above and the earth below him. We can also say, the cloud is moving over the hill. The water level is rising above the danger mark, so the people are being evacuated. We can also say, the water level has risen well over the danger mark. The preposition above is also used to mean of a greater value. The motto of our organization is to put service above self. We use over when we think of something that is directly above another or something that covers the other or is hovering over the other. The rescue operators fly over the flood-affected areas, dropping food packets to the victims below. The cranes from Siberia fly over the mountains to reach the Indian plains every winter. Over can be used to mean all parts of. We have planned to travel over Russia. Over can be used to mean medium of communication. The warning of the approaching storm was heard over the radio by the crew when the captain was still asleep. Over is used as a prefix in a number of words such as overactive, overconfident, overcrowded, and so on. Below or under. We have seen the uses of above and over. Now, we shall see how the opposite meanings can be brought out. We have these two prepositions to help us, below and under. Unfortunately, he was standing below or under the flyover when the accident took place. Don't take shelter below or under a tree during a thunderstorm. When we are talking about comparative values, only below is used. The marks allotted for her project was below her expectation, not under her expectation. In South Africa, the colored were considered to be below the whites in the society, not under the whites. But you can say the colored were under white dominance and had no equal rights. Under means directly below. As a joint family, we are all staying under one roof. There is molten lava under the crust of the earth. Under also means less than. The rule says, children under 12 years are not allowed to enter the diving pool. The preposition under is also used when something is managed. After fighting for an hour, they brought the fire under control. Under is used as a prefix in a number of ways. Underpaid, undercooked, understaffed, etc. Between or among. We use between when we are thinking of a place or position in which we see things separately. On the other hand, we use among when we see persons or things as part of a group. Between the rocky cliff and the deep valley is a narrow path that we should take to reach the tribal village. Train services between Howrah and New Delhi got affected when a goods train derailed. I found my lost kite among the broken toys in the dumping yard. In the woodland, morning glory blooms among wildflowers. We can use between or among to mean something done to persons or things. The profit was divided between the management and the employees of the company. The profit was shared among those who worked in the company. Sometimes we have to use only between and not among. A war broke out between the two countries over the border dispute. An agreement was reached between the neighboring states for sharing the river water. In certain cases, where we think of a group, we find among more appropriate. Hundreds of cattle died when an epidemic spread among them. Dhyan Chand is considered the greatest among the all-time hockey players. We use among when we mean in the midst of. She knows all about the herbal plants because she lived among the forest dwellers for a long time. For Mother Teresa, working among the suffering people was serving God. By or beside. When we refer to a person or thing being next to or at the side of something, we use by or beside. We often find in cities like Mumbai a slum beside a high-rise apartment. The farmer lives by the farm. There can be two meanings when we use the preposition by. In the farmer lives by his farm, we can see it. A. It could mean the farmer lives next to the farm. B. It could mean the farmer lives on the income gained from the farm. We use quite often by to show what someone did. Oliver Twist was written by Charles Dickens. We can also use by to show transportation. How did you come? I came by train. The preposition by is used in many other ways. By chance, I found a good singer to be my partner in the music competition. By mistake, I stepped on the banana peel and fell down. From or to. We use from and to when we want to indicate a movement between 2 points. This train runs from Pune to Mumbai. The Arctic tern migrates from the Arctic to the Antarctic. We use them to refer to the length of something. The Andes stretches from Venezuela to Chile in South America. They found a Bengal tiger which measured 16 feet from the tip of its nose to the tip of its tail. We also use them to refer to time. We work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. She works at the computer center from Monday to Friday. From can refer to an earlier stage or a lower level. I am wearing glasses from my childhood. The wages are increased from 100 rupees to 200. From can also mean a source. I am saying this from memory. This water is from Kaveri. Of or off. We use of to show the origin or belonging. This cream is made of sandalwood paste. This is the feather of a rock pigeon. We use of to indicate a quantity or a measure of something. I need a cup of tea. He bought a kilogram of rice. The preposition of can be used to mean about or containing. This is the book of idioms and usages. It is a tale of two cities. The word of may mean the cause. Many died of malaria in the past. But we have another word, a preposition, which is similar to of. It is of. Let us see how it is different. Of is used to show a separation of an object and a surface. Don't lift the glass jar off the table. Taking off one's hat is considered a mark of respect in England. Sometimes, off is used to say that we are going away from the right path. They have gone off the course. The arrow was off the mark, so you lost the competition. The word off can be used to mean disconnect or discontinue. Switch off the main light, will you? It can be used to indicate going on a trip. Last month, we were off to Goa. It could also be used to mean escape. The prisoners ran off from the central jail. With. The preposition with is used when you want to talk about an instrument used. When everyone was eating with spoon and fork, the Indian president ate his dinner with his clean hands. It can be used when you think of someone going along or accompanying you. I went with my mother to the concert. It is used to show what one has. If it is a snake with red and yellow stripes, it must be the bandit crate. It is also used to show concern. Handle with care. We can use with to indicate a cause. The patient was crying with pain and the doctor gave the injection.